Mark, one of the most common questions that I get is that when people are shopping for the mortgage, they're like, if the lender going to pull my credit, is it going to go down? And how many times can the lender pull my credit if I'm shopping between 2 or 3 lenders? I don't want my credit score to go down. So how does it work?
Well, it works well. How's that? So there's a big thing out there called Fair Isaac Corporation, FICO, FICO. So number one, I would encourage the consumer to go to myfico.com and read. There is a place on myfico.com, I believe it used to be called fallacies. I think, I haven't looked at it for a few years, but Fair Isaac, they do a really good job of telling people about how FICO scores work. They're not going to tell the consumer everything because they don't want you to trick the algorithms, if that makes sense.
Yes.
One of the things that I hear the most when people are shopping for a mortgage, which by the way, I don't discourage the consumer for shopping. We're in a unique position, my team, because most people have shopped before, ended up with me. Again, I know we've talked about this in the previous video where they know me, like me, and trust me, so they don't shop me because they know that my margins are thin. I don't have some big extravagant office where I got to pay all these extra fees and everything. So my rates and fees are very competitive. But when the consumer calls and says, hey, listen, before you pull my credit, Mark, before you pull my credit, what's your rate? Number one, there's no way of giving them a rate. I can tell them based on the characteristics they give me, but the score that they tell me is not going to be the mortgage credit FICO score, period, unless they've had another mortgage company pull it. The last I read through Fair Isaac on multiple credit pulls, it's my understanding, and I have to go back and read it, I believe you have a 90-day window that you can pull your credit from multiple mortgage companies, and it will not affect your scoring model, the algorithms. But yet a lot of mortgage people say, hey, Joe, great, you're going to refinance, but listen, don't anybody else pull your credit because it's going to lower your credit scores and you're going to get a worse loan. And the consumer now, they've put the almighty FICO God that they're afraid of, which is, it's a travesty for the consumer. So if you're applying for multiple hard inquiries, right, for credit cards, it's going to lower your FICO scores, quite frankly, because you're accumulating more debt, if that makes sense. You're opening trade lines, as we call it. You can call 5 mortgage companies, have 5 mortgage companies pull your credit. You're going to see the FICO scores probably within 2 or 3 or 4 points of each other, depending on the aggregator. You've got TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. You've got 3 repositories, and they report to one aggregator. Okay, so depending on the aggregator, the scores are going to be almost identical.